And it looks like we are live. Hello and welcome to anyone tuning in. I am Alexi of Cloven Pine Games. I'll be GMing our session. This is Magical Multiverse Tour Cartel New Capenna Rumble Session 3 of 3. So we've reached our grand finale here. This is a game facilitated through the Gauntlet gaming community. Learn more about the Gauntlet at gauntlet-rpg.com or follow the Gauntlet on Twitter at GauntletRPG to learn about the Gauntlet and opportunities to play with us. We welcome new folks to check out the indie RPGs that the Gauntlet is putting up on the calendar each and every month. So our game is Cartel. Cartel is a Powered by the Apocalypse game foretelling stories of tragic Mexican narco fiction. It was designed by Mark Diaz Truman, published by Magpie Games. Lots of cool elements of this system. We have reset it. We have reskinned it. We've taken it from Durango, Mexico to New Capenna, a fantasy metropolis from the lore of Magic the Gathering. This is inspired a little bit by my good friend Rich Rogers, fellow Gauntlet GM, who has a whole plethora of games he plays in the Star Wars setting, and he took Cartel and made it Hut Cartel and ran some wonderful, tense, crime fiction set in that science fiction world. So this is us doing a similar thing, but set in a fantasy landscape, this kind of Art Deco city of gangsters battling over Halo, this scarce resource derived from angels that at least in our telling, is something of the equivalent of a drug for the inhabitants of New Capenna. So we've reached the final session of what turned out to be a 3-session series, and I'm sure things will go great for all of our characters. Why don't we meet our players, and then we'll go back around and meet characters. So starting with just introducing yourself as players, Mark, lead us off.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I've been a member of the Gauntlet for a few years, this is my first run through Cartel, and I'm really digging it. So I'm curious to see how it goes. Pronouns are he and them.
Fantastic, good to have you, Mark. Sam, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name's Sam. I use he and pronouns, and I'm also having my first run through Cartel, and it is very fun. That's me.
That's great. Good to have the both of you, and we're going to do this, as a two-hander. We had another player who was part of the series earlier is not able to join us, but we will be bringing their character in, I think, and letting them be kind of an NPC in this finale, because they would definitely be involved in the events that we're unfolding here. Let's meet those characters, by the way. So I am putting into the stream our character keeper, so folks who are interested can see the cool art that has been picked out, or in the case of Chase, our absent player, created. So kudos to Chase for creating that character portrait. Yes, Mark, please tell us first of all about your player character.
Yeah, Zephyr is a hawk, kind of a scrappy up-and-comer in the crime organization, who runs a small gang of their own, slightly smaller now since
it has gotten smaller.
She gave, I think it was, which one was it?
It was Gordo.
Was it Gordo up? Yeah, I was hoping
Gordo got sold.
No, it's Gordo. I still like Gordo, the boss. Burn a bad deal we got there. So she's in a little bit of hot water, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. She's got a lead, right? Like she's been told, Gordo.
Yeah.
Gordo got the tip that caused everything to go bad from a Mr. Cornacchia, and you've been delegated to find this Cornacchia person.
Yep, totally.
So that'll be great. That's a fun little task for you, Zephyr. Prove you're still someone the boss needs to take seriously. Our other character here, who was kind of going to be involved as an NPC here, is Azazi. He, them. Azazi is the spouse. This is the playbook for the spouse of a member of this cartel, someone who's a little naive, someone who doesn't quite understand the the criminal world that they're adjacent to. They have some secrets of their own they're hiding, and kind of the arc of the spouse is all about but their suspicions and their demands and their juggling of their own conflicting loyalties as perhaps they get pulled deeper into the darkness that their spouse is connected to. So Azazi, our spouse, is the proprietor of a burgeoning flower shop business, and just a generally kind of cultured and peace-loving individual who happens to exist at the edge of this terrible world of Halo smuggling and gang violence. So let's meet the other PC here. Sam, will you tell us, please, about your character?
Yeah, so I'm playing Cormella, who uses she and her pronouns. Cormella is Azazi's wife and is a double agent, primarily working for the Obscura, who are kind of the information brokers, the secret traders of the setting. And she's been tasked with infiltrating the grinders and doing a couple of different tasks. The current one being rescuing, quote unquote, rescuing this angel that they have, that somehow the grinders have collected.
Yeah, I've pulled up our NPCs tab so we can see some of these portraits. There's pour one out for Gordo, but there's the surviving members of Zephyr's crew are Krent and Azul. The secret handler for Cormella is Queza, this cephalid wizard. The head honcho of the grinders, the kind of main cartel of our story, is Don Severo, an old Rox. We last time we met a helpful medic / butcher / organ trafficker, Benedetto Benny Balducci, and we also met this youngster who's apparently a human child named Mikey, but there's intel that suggests he may be an angel in disguise, and therefore the grinders want to hold on to him, the Obscura want to grab him, and when he was last seen, Cormella had whisked him out of the mansion of Don Severo, but then frightened him so much he ran away from her after he saw her brutally murder one of Severo's security guards. Does that about cover it? Anything else we should recall about Cormella's adventures?
No, I think that about covers it. She's currently piss drunk on the floor of a bar, and Azazi just walked in and found her.
That's true. Well, we'll definitely check in on that scene. Let me start, however, with a cold open here. We see the smoldering wreckage of a warehouse down in the Caldaya, and kind of picking his way through it, looking around, is Gordo, this ogre, member of Zephyr's crew. Gordo's like, Zephyr, are you here? When he gets no response, he pulls out his radio, tries to make contact, gets nothing. We see him, turn the dial, go to a different frequency. It's like, Krent, hey, do you know where Zephyr is? She was supposed to meet me here, and I don't see anything. And then, somebody comes up behind and pulls a dark bag over his head, right? The radio falls to the ground. On the other end, we hear Krent saying, Gordo, I can't hear you. Talk to me. There's just darkness for a little bit. And then we see from Gordo's perspective, the black bag is whipped off, and he's staring into the massive face of the demon dragon head of the Riveteers, one of the 5 major crime bosses of this city. The individual who had demanded satisfaction from Don Severo after the destruction of this warehouse. It's Zia Tora herself. And she grins a terrible grin and opens wide her jaws. And a gout of green flame fills the whole of Gordo's view. And, the scream is suddenly cut off as we cut away from that scene. So yeah, Cormella, you were falling down drunk in this bar, and now your husband is staring down at you in disbelief. Cormella, what in the world are you doing here?
What? And she vomits all over the floor.
Azazi screams a little bit, composes himself. You are in terrible shape, and we have a dinner party coming. Look, and like he tries to like pull you to your feet, gingerly like mop you off with a napkin. You need to tell me right now what is going on.
I think Cormella is like too out of it to even like process what's happening. She kind of looks over. You're not. Where's the kid? I need to find the kid.
Azazi's eyes go like super wide at that. What kid are you talking about?
Supposed to help him.
I thought you didn't know anything about the kid.
Where'd he go? Train. Gotta go to the... And she like starts to walk away. Like try to walk away and stumbles.
Oh, no, you do not, Cormella Jean.
I gotta get to the train tracks.
We are a team. We're partners. You have to tell me what is going on. This is crazy. I've never seen you like this.
What? Oh, hi, Azazi.
So, just to be clear, you're not particularly like trying to justify your behavior because you're just so far gone here.
I'm kind of like egging on the explosion is kind of what I'm expecting here.
Well, here's the thing. Your stress is maxed out to 5 out of 5, I believe. So I can demand when you're overwhelmed for you to make a stress move.
Yep.
So let's see that. I think the stress is too much. So Cormella, you got to pick one of these.
I feel like verbally abuse or shame is the most appropriate one because I'm already full of substance. And can't
There's
really
someone you care about here. Yeah, absolutely. Azazi's kind of like, gotta like has like got like a glass of water from the bartender, right? It's like, dipping a napkin in it to try to like, wipe your sweaty forehead, saying like,
yeah. And I feel it's this weird look because I feel like the halo, because it's kind of like glowy, glittery. It's like my whole front is just kind of glittering,
right? Because you
mixed with green, and it's
you threw up a little halo. Yeah, absolutely. So it's sticky, but also there's this prismatic quality to it. Sure.
Yeah. So when I do verbally abuse or shame, I think this is just like you're not supposed to be here. You don't know what's going on.
I only don't know what's going on because you're not telling me what's going on.
No, you don't get to know. You don't get to know what's going on.
Why? Why not?
Because you're not allowed to know. It's not for you. This is me. This is my stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I think that would hit home. That's
okay.
So yeah.
7 + 2 is 9.
Roll with face
on
okay.
a 7 to 9.
Clear one stress.
Clear one stress.
And then any hit your words hit hard, tell them to mark stress.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
And I think it's just like the like, you don't get to know you're like Sam is having a hard time doing this because I'm a very nice person and I don't like doing this. But I think it's along the lines of, you're too stupid to know. You don't get to like this,
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, what it would get to that point.
This is my world. I'm the smart one. You do the flower shop. That's your job.
Yeah. Like Azazi's face goes pale. They kind of look like down at the ground for a second. And then they look back up. I can't believe you. I can't believe you. You fine.
You always believe me.
Well, maybe not anymore, Cormella.
Hiccup.
You don't want my help? You sort out this dinner party on your own. And he stalks out of there.
All right, dinner party.
The whole bar is kind of like either like looking at you or like pointedly not looking at you, like, you know, staring at like the glass he's cleaning in the case of your bartender friend.
I think I like take a good solid like 20 seconds to process what just happened. It's just kind of like very unsteady, and then I turn to the bartenders like, I think I need a cab.
Great. And scene. Yeah, absolutely. Zephyr, let me check in with you.
Yeah.
After you sold out Gordo to be incinerated, you had gotten this task of finding out who this Mr. Cornacchia is. Just tell me, like, what would Zephyr do to start trying to track down any leads on that?
I think he rounds up the other two guys and calls Azul and
Krent.
I can't remember my guy's name. Krent. Calls up Azul and Krent and says that the four of us are going to meet at some not like a bar, but like a corner we hang on or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like some public place.
Yeah.
And then see and like make a show, like not an obvious show. They're not too bright anyway, but like make a show of like, God, where's Gordo? How come he's not here? What happened to him? And after a while, after it's clear that he's not showing up, kind of be like, look, I got a level with you guys. Gordo was getting some tips from this Cornacchia guy, and I don't know if I trust him. I'm worried that something might have happened to Gordo. Yeah, you all ever heard this guy? Did Gordo ever talk to you about him?
Nice. Okay. So there's a whole little dog and pony show here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Krent will say, yeah, I think Gordo mentioned that Mr. Cornacchia from time to time. But listen, he tried to call me, not too long ago. He said he was supposed to be meeting with you, and then he got cut off somehow. I think he might be in trouble.
With me?
Yeah, Gordo said
I was meeting with the boss.
You were meeting with the boss, with Don Severo.
Yeah, just trying to smooth things out after the whole warehouse problem. But
what did Don Severo say? He's not angry, right? Like he understands.
I mean, he wasn't happy, but you know me, he likes me, so nothing's gonna come down on you. I'm just gonna do a little bit of extra work for him to make it up, and It's all gonna be all right.
I wonder if you're justifying your behavior here.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Cool. Let's do that.
Let's see,
Let's
that's
do
with face.
roll with face. Yeah.
Awesome. I got a little bit of face. I don't know. There we go. Just to find my behavior.
I'm opening up the dice roller so I can see this one.
That's a 10.
All right. Justify your behavior, a 10. Okay, nice. On a hit, they accept your logic. Cool. They're on board. Yeah. So as Azul says, it's not the worst thing in the world if Gordo needs to stew a little bit on what he did. He drew us right into that trap, didn't he? And
he didn't know any better. He was just trying to get a little extra, and who isn't?
Krent's like, all right, well, hopefully things will all work out, I guess, as long as the Don's not too upset, and you're taking care of us, Zephyr. We're a crew, all right. We gotta watch each other's backs, don't we?
I'm always gonna take care of you guys.
Well, I think Gordo used to have a way to reach Mr. Carnaccia on the radio. He had to write down the frequency for himself because it was hard for him to remember. Didn't have a head for numbers. So I guess we could go. Just I'm sure he wouldn't mind if we checked out his place, saw if we could find where he wrote that down.
Yeah, maybe he'll be there.
Yeah, maybe that's where he is.
Yeah, let's go check him out.
All right, so your crew kind of is going with you as you're head to check out Gordo's place. Let's paint the scene together. Cormella, what's kind of extremely sketchy about the neighborhood and the little apartment that Gordo calls home here.
Yeah, I think this is deep, kind of in the bowels of the city. So all of the buildings are built between these huge girders that just basically kind of like go up to a ceiling that's far above. But there's these buildings that are all attached to these big girders, and at least in this specific section, everything is rusted all to hell, and it very clearly looks like this was built years ago, hasn't been maintained, and like all the fixtures that are keeping this building stuck to the girders that it's on look like they could rust out and break at any moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a nest of rust here. Mark, what's one other detail about how this is a place where the fancier members of New Capenna society would not be caught dead?
Yeah, I think maybe part of the reason why it's so badly rusted is that there are pipes, water / sewage / who knows what's that kind of drizzle and drip down those girders and kind of coat the entire area in just like a nasty sheen of gross dampness.
I mean, that would explain the rest, certainly. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So we cut to Zephyr and Krent and Azul just kind of rooting around Gordo's apartment, which is none too fancy itself, right? He's got some like kind of old leftovers in his icebox, but it's there's a little pool of water under it from where it's not kind of keeping in what it needs to keep in, and stained carpet, and cheap furniture. Some of it clearly built for non-ogres, and so either stretched to the breaking point or straight up broken from Gordo using it. Azul says, "I think I found something," and like pulls out a sheaf of paper with big scratchy handwriting on it from behind a pillow that was that had all the stuffing starting to come out of it.
Nice. Yeah, I'll grab that. Like, take a look.
Yeah, looks like he's got some kind of shorthand, but you're pretty sure what his his scrawl for Mr. Cornacchia has got to be, and there's a sequence of numbers that corresponds to a radio frequency.
Awesome. I think I'm gonna tell the guys we're gonna step outside. Keep looking around, see if you can find anything that says where he might have gone. And yeah, I'll take a step outside, just on the sidewalk there, dial up that frequency and see who answers.
Nice. Cormella, where did you go after you got picked up by a cab from the bar? And we can, if it's helpful, we can say this is a couple hours later, right? Like this there could be enough time for you to have tried to sober up if that's something you wanted to have done in the intervening time.
Yeah. The other thing that I was going to pitch is Azazi just gets home and hears a tone wheel that he doesn't recognize ringing.
Like that.
That's pretty fun.
If we wanted to do that, otherwise we can bring Cormella into the scene.
That's pretty fun. Let's start there. So yeah, I guess Cormella, you've said there's maybe like a voice filter you use to be Mr. Cornacchia. Is that built into the radio or something?
I think it's built. I think it's like a modified radio with like the speaker's been taken out and there's a bunch of extra wires and stuff that are stuck to it. So
of course, that's got to be it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So like we get like a little cutaway scene of Azazi at the house, just like pacing in a circle, like running his hands through his hair, like he doesn't know what he's gonna do. He doesn't know who he can trust anymore. And then they turn as this unfamiliar like radio hailing signal starts sounding, and they pick up this radio from Cormella's desk they've never seen before. Press the button, and Zephyr, you hear on the other end, "Hello,
Cornacchio?
who is this?"
This is someone who's looking for Mr. Cornacchio.
"Wait, Zephyr, that's your voice, isn't it?"
How do you know me?
"Zephyr, can you hear me?"
I can hear you, but I don't recognize your voice.
There's some kind of modification to this radio."
Who is this? Who am I speaking to?
What were you calling about?
I am looking for someone named Mr. Cornacchio. This was the number I was given. The frequency I was given.
I can take a message.
Who is this? This is Cornacchio?
This is Mr. Cornacchio's secretary. Are you trying to get the truth, Zephyr?
I think I am. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. It is.
Let's do get the truth. Yeah.
Guys.
Roll with hustle. Yep.
Awesome. Get the truth. Nope. That's a 5.
Is that a 5? Cool. I think there's no specified miscondition on that. Cool. What's an interest? Sorry, I'm just gonna take a moment and make sure I'm thinking about all my GM moves here, because we've got poor Azazi on the other end of this secret radio that he's unfamiliar with. Yeah. I think I'm going to turn the move back on you a little bit, right? And say,
Cool.
Azazi's going to get to ask a question, as Mr. Cornacchio or Mr. Cornacchio's secretary, right? And you are not you cannot mislead them with the truth or stonewall them with silence. There we go. So Azazi's question is, Zephyr, Mr. Cornacchio was just saying that he wants to know what you've been getting involved with, because he's worried you're in over your head with all this. So you gotta give it to me straight.
Look, Cornacchio, or whoever you are, Mr. Cornacchio is in a lot of trouble with Don Severo, and I've been sent to collect you or him.
What sort of trouble is that then?
Like real bad trouble.
You collect people that are in real bad trouble with Don Severo?
Yeah. Don trusts me, because I do good work for him.
Yeah, there's silence on the other end of the line. And then like a tone, like, so whoever was talking to you has tried to end this conversation, possibly pressing the wrong buttons at first, right? Because they're completely unfamiliar with this radio.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to check back in with Cormella. Cormella, you missed all that. Because you were away from your secret Mr. Cornacchio radio. So what are you up to?
I feel like Cormella is like just had the cab like drive around in circles for a little bit while she sobered up. And sobering up knows she's in a lot of trouble with a lot of people, and her only out at this point is to find Mikey and get to the Obscura and basically just like witness protection, start over.
Yeah, fair enough. So
can't go home, can't go back to the Dawn. Well, maybe could go back to the Dawn. It'd be a lot harder.
You might have to pin your recent crimes on someone else to do that.
Yeah. So I think the plan is gotta find this kid. Don't really know what resources I have right now.
You put out some feelers. I
put out some feelers. Primarily like talking with some people. I wonder if maybe this is a like desperation. Go back to my handler and say, hey, please, I'm in over my head. I got him out of the Dawn's clutches, but there's like, I need your help to get over the last little bit here.
Nice. Okay, so you might be trying to reach out to Queza, asking for just a little more a little more resources for this. Yeah. Cool. I think.
Still dirty, gross, haven't slept.
So, it is. Is this the sort of thing where you know a place to try to meet her, or you need to send a message to your handler somehow?
I think this is I need to find like an Obscura hideout and use their like special messaging tool to try and like their like filtered and coded tone wheel type radio get in touch with somebody who can get me in touch with Quasar.
Absolutely.
Sure. I don't have access to any of my stuff because that's all at home.
So you turn up at this slightly dingy fortune teller shop, right? And this time kind of sitting behind the table, going over the cards. There's a little raccoon person who kind of looks up and says, yes, welcome.
I wonder. Sorry. I wonder if this time, because it's the whole information brokering thing. I wonder if it's a newspaper printing.
Oh,
building.
Yeah, a little press office
to kind of separate it from the last time that we also did a.
That's fair. That's fair. Fortune teller shop is the first place the line goes for the Obscura, but sure, we can do a press office. Yeah, absolutely. So in that case, some kind of tabloid broadsheet is getting printed on the presses in the back, and the foreman turns around, still a raccoon person, kind of like wiping some ink off his hands. He says, "Yeah, can I help you?"
I've never met this person before. I'm just covered in.
But you believe they are, at the bottom of the Obscura hierarchy.
And I think Cormella is still a little tipsy. Walks in, smells horrible. Is gonna reach into the inside pockets of her duster and fumble around trying to. I know it's. I gotta get in. I'm sorry. I gotta use your tone wheel. Sorry, I gotta use your radio. I need. Where is this thing? Pulls out a illusory badge, essentially.
Right.
It's like I have no idea if this is the right person to show this to, but I need to use the radio. I'm in deep.
He gives you the hairy eyeball. He's like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Radios. This is all print media here.
Look, you get out of my fucking way, or I am going to take that printing press and put you inside of it.
All right. When you tell a low rank NPC I think we got some Star Wars slang snuck in here, criff off or get out of your way, roll with face. Yeah, this is what comes of adapting this from the Hut Cartel character keeper. So let's roll with face and see how this goes for you.
Yeah. All right. Again, that's +2 because I've got some good face here.
Got some face.
That's an 11.
Hey. The raccoon kind of straightens up and it's like, all right. I see you mean business here. Let me get you what you need here. Ushers you into what looks like a broom closet, but is actually the secret station for contacting the Obscura.
I think on a 10 plus, I get to clear stress, which is really nice.
What does it say? It says on a 10 plus, they recognize you enough to offer an apology. My mistake. Sorry. Can I get you anything else back here? Little snifter of Halo.
No.
Maybe some water.
Water would be good.
you got it, Chief. And so he's bustling about getting you your things. You get to clear one stress because you threw your weight around and
Thank
bossed around this
God.
little person. Yeah.
Yeah, and I pick up the radio and click it on. Operator, I need to speak with Quasar.
Beautiful. And I think we'll probably cut away there, and we'll say that you're going to get something from Quasar. So that kind of when we check back in on Cormella, you'll have some Obscura resource to point you in the direction you're hoping. I think. Let's take a first break here. Take 10 minutes and be back at about 6 past the hour. All right. See you all soon. Hey, are we all back? Nice. All right. So, Cormella, I think we fade in on sometime later. Cormella is equipped with an echo inspector device, basically this little lens that lets you kind of like look around and see in kind of traced in blue magic energy echoes of people who have passed through different places. So you've been kind of trying to pick up echoes of Mikey in particular, right? Following a path from the the boss's mansion down into the Chaldea. So you have found yourself in this rusty neighborhood, of buildings kind of built in between girders, and so you've caught enough little glimpses in the echoes to think you may have tracked down this kid to an abandoned boxing ring complex down here, right? And Zephyr, your gang has finished pouring through Gordo's stuff. No clues of where Gordo could have gone, and so they're ready to call it a day, head out, and as you're exiting Gordo's apartment, you spot who should be nearby, but Cormella, kind of looking a little worse for wear and looking through some kind of weird device. What do you do, Zephyr?
I don't think I have any like inkling that anything's wrong with Cormella other than what I see. So I think just approach her and be like, "Hey, looks like you got away. Okay, everything fine. Everything."
Sorry, you scared me. Not. And Cormella like kind of like studies your face for way too long, trying to judge like, does he know? How much does he know? What's going on? And not seeing a response is like,
are you sizing someone up?
Maybe. I don't. Yeah. Let's say I'm sizing someone up.
Just because what you described there sounds like the trigger for the move, size someone up.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong move. I was like, you inflict terrible harm. Oh no.
It is a roll of savagery, but it just gives you questions.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm trying to size him up. Just see size how much. Size them up. Yeah. So roll +1. That's a 5.
Okay. I'm gonna turn that around and say, as Cormella is just like staring at you in like this strange way, Zephyr, you get the chance to ask one of the size someone up questions.
Yeah, I think I'm curious what their current weaknesses and strengths are.
Yeah, Cormella, what would you say is the honest answer to that?
So you've clearly caught Cormella off guard. She was not expecting to see you here. She is also currently covered in very clearly like halo vomit. Hasn't had a chance to clean up, is like kind of frazzled, needs to get something done. And strengths here, it's that same kind of wild determination that you've seen sometimes with your companions, where like, this needs to get done, and if it doesn't get done, I'm dead. So I have no holds barred at this point.
Yep. Yeah, I think Zephyr's just like, oh, looks like you're on something important. That's for the Don, or what's going on?
Yeah, you remember that
Can I help?
faith? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I might need some muscle. I don't know. Listen, this kid got out of the Don's house. We need to get him back.
Oh, no. What did the kid do?
And just turns and walks away.
Yeah, I think I trot along behind Cormella.
Doesn't have
yeah.
the mental space to come up with an excuse.
Nice. Krent and Azul are say like, or yeah, Krent will say, Zephyr, we all coming along?
Yeah, come on, guys, let's go. Yeah.
All right.
She said she might need some muscle.
You've got Krent and Azul coming with you. Cormella, you're headed into this boxing ring.
Yeah, I think I love the idea of like we're both looking down the stadium type seating into this
nice.
big empty boxing ring type room, and
yeah, look, it's disused, right? Like there's some of the like seats are missing, right? And there's kind of just like a little light filtering in from like a big furnace, industrial sized furnace nearby, but there's no stadium lighting. It's just this kind of like dim red light that's filling the space. Yeah, cool.
And so Cormella's gonna like very cautiously like looking around, making sure there's nobody here, make her way down, following whatever like trail is visible through this lens that she has.
Yeah, and like as you think you're getting closer because you're catching these echoes where you don't just see this like you don't see this boy running, but you see this like kind of like wing like nimbus in the echo surrounding him. And
very cool.
You find yourself kind of right near the boxing ring itself with its frayed ropes, and kind of there's still like boxing gloves kind of like left like discarded in a corner here, and a little voice from not so far away says, don't come any closer, okay?
I'm like, guys, spread out.
Mikey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see that, but I promise you that this is still the safest thing for you.
You're sorry I had to see that? Sorry I had to see you just kill that guy?
When it's you or them, sometimes things have to happen.
And like Zephyr, that's loud enough for you to overhear too. Yeah. Okay.
I think we're just like
sure.
waiting to see if any more details are coming out.
Yeah. Kind of this little kid, this little urchin, pulls himself up from under the ring. So now he's like standing in one corner of this boxing ring. And he says, I don't know why they wanted me or why you want me, but I've been trying to figure out these things I can do. So I'm warning you, stay back, or I'll show you what I've learned.
I think I'm gonna like signal to the guys to like kind of get around either side of him, just like ready to grab him in case he tries to make a run for it, or maybe
Yeah,
sooner.
and kind of you're trying to you're trying to like direct them to be stealthy. Is that right? Like where they're kind of
I don't know how stealthy they're going to be. Just like
interesting.
like covering the getting on the either side of the, like if he's in the corner of the ring, just kind of like making sure that he's not going to run the other way.
Yeah, interesting.
I think Cormella is still like, listen, I know people who can help you figure out what's going on. They want what's best for you. And that probably means helping you understand all these things that are happening.
What's in it for you?
I'm a messenger. I get paid. That's my job. But if sometimes I get to help people. Okay.
All right.
It's pretty nice when I get to do that.
You are proposing a deal, I think, unless there's another.
I think I'm trying to pressure him to go along with me.
All right.
I don't think I'm asking for anything in return. Like, I don't think I'm like.
I mean, you're asking him to go along. Guess. But I could see this as a pressure someone. I was trying to listen for it.
No, I think propose a deal also kind of makes sense of like, hey, people are going to help you if you come with me, kind of a deal. So I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do that then. Roll with face. Conveniently, I get a little bit of a modifier. That is a 12.
Well, nice. There we go. On the 10+, they have to choose: take the deal as it stands or mark stress. Yeah, so for a moment, you see this kid like look around and like tense up, and like Cormella, if you're like surreptitiously checking through the Echo Inspector, there's like this kind of larger figure almost starting to coalesce around him, but then he kind of crumples a little bit, leans back against the ropes of the boxing arena. He's like, I can't stay running away forever. So if you know people who really want to help, then I'll go with you, I guess.
Yeah, don't worry, kid. Don Zephyr will take really good care of you.
Mikey like turns like sharply towards Cormella with like a questioning look in his eyes.
Cormella just kind of like, I'll handle this.
All right.
And I think Cormella like is gonna like, you get there's definitely something there if Zephyr wants to read into it. But it's gonna like I got this. And kind of like put an arm around Mikey and start to lead him back up the stairs.
All right. So you're kind of walking up the stairs, arm around Mikey. Zephyr, how are you reacting to all of this?
Yeah, I think I'm just trying to present that like, I'm here to help, or I got your back if you need it, but it looks like you got this kid, so there's no need to rush in and grab him or anything.
Yeah.
I think I like and have the guys come. I'll just come up with you. Maybe have the kid between you and me, and have them come up behind.
Yeah, so you're heading out of this place. Sure, yeah. Cormella, you've got a radio starts buzzing insistently. It's your personal one. It's not one you use for Obscura business.
pull it out. Yeah.
Cormella. It's Azazi's voice, loud, you know, it's kind of stressed to, you know, the point of being like utterly lost, right? As he says, Cormella, you're that weird radio in your desk. It was buzzing, and it was Zephyr calling, and Zephyr's trying to get you. I don't know what you're doing with this pretending to be Mr. Cornacchia thing, but you got to watch out. You got to watch out. Zephyr's working for Don Severo. Zephyr's supposed to collect you. It sounds like it's bad. I don't know what's going on with you, but I don't want you to be unsafe. I want you to come home. Yeah. And that was like, you know, audible.
Oh.
To be clear, Azazi is
how much
speaking
did
very
I hear? Like just heard of it. Like,
you heard
what?
all the important bits.
Yeah. What was that about Mr. Carnacchia? I called Mr. Carnacchia earlier.
I'm going to start running before Zephyr can like have the time to put everything together.
Amazing.
When I see Cormella run, I'm just like, guys, fucking get her. And yeah,
all right.
Where's Mikey when you run?
I mean, I think
I'm grabbing him by the
Mikey
hand
or?
and running.
Yeah, you're trying to bring Mikey with you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the three of us are going to try and tackle her to the ground or something.
Yeah. How do we?
Go for it.
Let me check with Zephyr first. Zephyr, is this brothers? Do you think kind of calling on your gang for backup?
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Roll with hustle. Try to get Azul and Krent to just, you know, bring Cormella down here.
That's a 10.
Nice. That's a 10.
Okay.
They all go along with the plan. They follow your instructions precisely. They don't demand drugs or cash. So like Zephyr, you've got Krent and Azul like pounding after you. You know, both of them are bigger than you. One's a Rox, one's a Viashino. You know,
I'm gonna use Slippery to automatically interfere by marking a stress.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's a 7 to 9 instead.
Oh, that's
cool.
Amazing. And the interference is mostly just that you took off without.
Yeah, I'm quick. I recognize the what's going on, and I'm out of there before they can like really communicate what needs to happen.
All right, so that will make things less good. Zephyr with an 8. You instead have to choose one from the list of benefits from brothers.
I think I will just choose they all go along with a plan.
Okay. So Krent and Azul
take her
are
down, and I'll be split even whatever I get from Don Severo.
Okay. Cool. So, like, you do have to offer cash.
They're getting paid.
Yeah. Tell me, so they're not going to follow your instructions precisely.
Yeah.
Remind me what exactly you told them.
So I basically just said like, get her.
Right. Great.
And
I think Krent misinterprets that. Yeah. And like as
so maybe they start shooting or something instead of running after. I don't know.
Yeah, like as you know, Azul like takes off running, you know. Krent has pulled out a sidearm and takes a shot. It you know, ricochets, right? But you know, suddenly Cormella, you're, you know, not only running from, you know, Zephyr's goons trying to tackle you, but there's you know, these blasts of lightning that, you know, and you're in this, you know, extremely metal part of the city, right? So suddenly things are getting electrified.
Yeah.
Cormella, what do you do?
Would you consider this a chaotic battle?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I would
Chaotic
like
battle.
to roll strategy. When you enter a chaotic battle, roll with savagery. sorry, strategy. On a hit, you read the field, and I can ask a question,
Nice.
and then I get to hold and potentially kill an NPC or protect an NPC who's in a bad spot.
Yeah, this is exactly perfect for this situation, I think.
Yeah, so let me roll with savagery. My savagery is +1. That's a 6.
On a miss, you're in over your head. Mark 3 stress or be captured by your enemies. Your choice.
Well,
how much stress were you
I
at?
have 4 stress.
You can't mark 3 stress here.
I can't mark 3 stress.
I think if you don't have the room on your track, you can't pick a stress marking option like that, right?
Yikes.
That sucks.
And there's no like other resource to tap for a bonus, I believe.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Okay. So like something, like something like comes like crashing down in front of you from one of like the wild shots that Krent was firing off, and like you turn like just in time to see like Azul charging in with like just to like tackle hug you and Mikey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything you want to add to that, or
No, I feel like this is a bad spot I'm in.
Zephyr.
Yeah.
Azul kind of like bodily hoists Cormella and Mikey. Where do you want him, boss?
Take the kid to Gordo's. I'll deal with Cormella.
All right. Like Mikey kind of like looks at you, Cormella, and like whispers, What am I supposed to do now?
Like, don't worry, kid. You're going to be safe.
As you say that to
Cormella's
Mikey.
Working. Yeah. Like, I don't know who she's working for, but she's been lying to me.
All right. Cool. Then I think we'll probably cut to where is it that Zephyr takes Cormella?
Don Severo, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, I think we gotta go with this. You kind of like turn up at the warehouse, and Don Severo's guard is like, oh, he's out. He's inspecting site for a dinner party, he said.
Can you radio him and tell him I got Mr. Carnaccio?
Oh, you got Carnaccio. All right.
I guess it was Azul that took off the kid, or was it? Took off?
Let's see. If I remember correctly, you told Azul to take Mikey to Gordo's, and so
I
you're
guess
there.
Krent's coming with us.
Yeah, got Krent has Cormella pinned or whatever, right? Yeah. So there's like a brief radio conversation. Yeah, all right, boss. He says you can bring the prize right over. Gives the apartment address, and obviously you both recognize it because it's Cormella and Azazi's apartment.
Yeah.
You want me to take her home? Oh, okay. Okay.
I would like to.
Yeah, you want to try something, Spy?
Yeah.
Another trick up your sleeve?
I'm trying to. I'd like to look at this. Like guard who's the Dawn is like the Dawn's bodyguard person, and just be like, I told you this would happen. I told you he'd go against the family.
You're talking to the guard.
Yeah, and I'm essentially trying to convince him that Zephyr is like using me as a scapegoat instead of the other way around.
Oh, okay. So you're trying to like cast blame on Zephyr here.
Yeah.
Interesting. What move are you going for? Because it sounds like you might be pushing your luck.
I think I'm either pushing my luck or trying to pressure someone. I think push my luck kind of makes more sense of just like I've set this guy up. I've talked to him before about Zephyr being like a liability.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I'll buy that because we had said that indeed, Cormella was setting Zephyr up for a fall, trying to
So maybe there's like a couple of
prepare Zephyr to take the blame for some of her her endeavors.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm trying to turn the hideout against Zephyr instead of me.
Yeah, that's like the guard like takes this in, looks back and forth between like Cormella pinned by Krent and like Zephyr here, who of course was pretty recently dragged in front of the boss, and told she was on thin ice. So yeah, all right, go ahead and try pushing your luck.
That's a 4.
So the guard's like looks between the two of you, looks back to you, Zephyr. So she was Mr. Cornacchia the whole time?
Yeah, I called. I got the frequency from Gordo's apartment. Called it up, and you're not going to believe this. Guess who answered? Azazi. The phone was at their place. Then he called her. I overheard the conversation. Everyone heard it. I don't believe it. It's a terrible. I don't feel like I can trust anyone but you guys, the family.
You gotta understand. She's on thin ice. She's trying to find anybody to throw under the bus here. I've only had this family I've only wanted to do what's right for this family.
Yes, that's
why are you trying to take the kid away from the Don Zephyr?
You're trying to take the kid away?
Yeah.
Mikey?
Yeah.
No. This is entirely a misunderstanding. You've got the wrong person.
Yeah.
I'm
sure. And like the guard. The guard's eyes go wide. You killed my brother?
No. What? No.
He died yesterday guarding that kid at the Don's mansion when someone snatched him. Are you telling me that was you?
What? No. Why would I do that?
Cormella, go ahead and mark a stress.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And I think I stepped between Cormella and the guard and be like,
yeah.
This is the Don's business. This isn't up to us.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss.
You take her to the Don, but you tell him if there's anything left of her after he's finished, I got dibs. Yeah? All right, get going.
Yeah.
Scram.
Going.
Yeah. Am I coming through okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So Krent like looks back over to you, Zephyr, for like one last confirmation. So we're bringing her to their place.
I guess so. I don't
Gonna
know.
Be there.
I have no idea what's happening, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay. So I think we cut to the apartment of Azazi and Cormella, and we like get enough of a like shot before you arrive to understand what's going on here. Like Azazi is like sitting nervously, like sweating bullets on Cormella's desk. It looks like he hastily threw the desk closed and sat on it as Don Severo arrived to try and preserve some of Cormella's secrets for her. But he's kind of like staring nervously around as Don Severo is kind of like tramping through this apartment. Like the whole place is a little more delicate than he is, as this weighty and impressive Rox who leads a whole crime gang. So like the whole place seems to shake a little bit as he takes steps, and he's got at least like two guys in suits who are clearly packing heat underneath, kind of like lazily inspecting the decorations as he looks around and like makes comments about where people should be seated for the dinner party, and then the door comes open, and Zephyr and Cormella and Krent and Azazi like sees you and gives kind of like a strangled cry, like, "No, Cormella, I tried to warn you."
Just staring.
Staring at who or what, Cormella?
I'm just staring at Azazi like daggers.
Oh man! All right.
I think I
Don
walk up
Severo
to
turns
Don
and
Severo
says,
and give him the piece of paper with the frequency on it, and say, "This is Mr. Carnaccio's number. Go ahead and call it."
Good work there, Zephyr. Maybe there's a future for you in this family after all. And he takes out his radio, tunes it to this frequency, and we hear the ringing from the desk that Azazi is sitting on. Oh, I have no idea what that is. One of the goons, like pulls him down from the desk, semi gently, semi roughly, like kind of a, not like tossing him, but like being very insistent that he has to get down, and as they open up the desk, Azazi dives for the radio and tries to throw it out the window. There's, this causes a moment of distraction. No one's sure where to turn, what to do. Cormella, are you trying anything? I gotta know. Oh, you still there? You look a little frozen to me.
Oh,
Sam, do we still have you?
it looks frozen over here too.
Okay, one sec. All right. So we have this dramatic moment, and we have a little pause. Maybe let's take a break here and hopefully gather everybody back. I mean, Mark, do you want to tell me anything about what's going through Zephyr's mind, or anything I should know as we are kind of hurtling towards our end here?
I think the only thing that's not otherwise clear is that I want to kind of keep an eye on my brother and make sure he doesn't come to harm.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, are you back, Sam?
There we are.
My computer crashed.
Oh no! Oh dear.
That's cool.
Are you okay now, or do you want us to take our break so you can make sure your computer's all in working order?
No, it's fine. Everything's
okay.
Okay. Cool.
What was the last thing that did you miss?
The last thing I heard was Azazi throwing the radio out the window.
Oh yeah, that's where we were. So it was basically Azazi desperately hoping this will somehow be of help to you, throws the radio out the window, and there's a moment of distraction and consternation as everyone's like watching the window break, right? So I wanted to know, Cormella, do you try anything?
I think my only out at this point is to use the distraction and get to the like enchanted note paper that I normally use to communicate with Quasar, and try and like just write down like Gordo's street number or something and say like he's here, I'm not, help.
Okay, so you're just so you're trying to like quickly give the Obscura the pointer they need to actually get Mikey.
Nice.
Yeah.
Will you push your luck for me one more time?
Yeah, I'll try. That's still a -1. That's a 9. Okay.
Nice. Okay. All right. It gets to a 9. All right. On a 7 to 9, things don't work out like you hoped. The MC will tell you how you can turn things around if you act quickly, make an ugly choice, or tough it out. Oh boy. So yeah, we'll say like in the distraction, Krent has like is not like holding on to you or anything. So like you charge forward and you're grabbing something from your desk. You could turn things. I mean, I don't know if you could turn things around per se. Make an ugly choice or tough it out. Here's what I'll say. I think after that little stunt, right? Tossing the radio out the window. Now Don Severi's guards are grabbing Azazi roughly, right, and like dragging him over toward like arms pinioned towards the boss. So like in like in the time it might take to jot down what you need to jot down, you might lose any chance of helping Azazi out of this terrible predicament. So Cormella, what do you choose?
You see, there's the choice that Cormella is a good person, and then there's the choice that Cartel wants you to make. I think Cormella takes the opportunity to send this note, knowing full well that she's probably screwed.
Yeah. Okay. So like
I assist Cormella?
Interesting.
Because my motivation is to keep Azazi safe.
Right.
And so
absolutely. So the idea is
the assist would be to help her from having to make that choice, which would involve me stepping in between the goon and Azazi.
Right. Just kind of like getting in the way, creating a little more time. Yeah. How do you want to? So when you help her interfere, you wager stress and roll. How much stress do you have to wager?
I have 3 to wager. I'm just going to wager 1, I think, just to see.
Just wager 1. All right. Roll +1 and see what we get.
An 8.
It's an 8. On a hit, give them a +1 to their roll. On a 7 to 9,
you
mark how much stress you wagered. So yeah, it's stressful getting in the way, but in fact, you do buy a little time. So Cormella, you pushed your luck and you are able to jot down your note, and you get to fortune favors the bold. So like you've jotted down your note and you like turn in time to see Azazi is like cowering away from the Don's goons, but Zephyr just like stepped in the way, and like, hey, hold on, right? Or just like seemingly stumbled. I don't know how you're playing it off, Zephyr.
I think it's more like, hey, like, don't you touch her, him. Don't you touch him.
Keeping Azazi a little bit safe. Absolutely. So Cormella, for the moment, Azazi is not pinioned, but that may not last long. You've sent your message to the Obscura. What's your next move here?
Cormella didn't think she would get this far.
Yeah. Nobody does.
And well, if I'm right next to my desk, I feel like there's definitely a pistol that I keep for emergencies.
Oh man, emergency pistol in the desk. Sure. Great. We're just gonna fully turn it into a Mexican standoff here.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think she's like gonna pull the trigger or anything, but reaches under the desk, grabs like a bigger gun than her usual like little rinky-dink pistol that she carries around,
which Krent probably confiscated from you earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to point it straight at the Don.
I want you to consider your next move carefully, Cormella.
I could say the same to you.
All I want to do at this point, I would pull my pistol out and point it at Cormella as well.
Nice.
This isn't the way to do it.
Azazi's like, why do you all have guns?
You can have everything that's in this desk, but I'm leaving, and he's coming with me.
The Don makes like a noise of kind of considering this proposal, and like temples his big hands. He doesn't seem very intimidated by the gun, but are you pressuring someone?
I think I'm trying to propose like this is legitimately valuable stuff.
Right. Oh yeah. This is the deal.
Is all of the secrets and information that I've gathered from both him, all of his goons, anybody that I can get dirt on, other gangs.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff here.
So you have to, so you have to kind of make that pitch a little bit, be like, tell, like giving like a bit of a rundown of like what.
Tell him why you couldn't just take it.
I think Cormella like reaches into the drawer and like pulls out a piece of paper and tosses it over to the Don. Like, if you wanted dirt on Benny here, if you want dirt on Jane, I know everything. And you can too.
You've been a busy little mole, haven't you?
Girls got to eat.
Yeah, roll with face to see how this goes.
All right. I at least get to roll with a good stat this time.
Yeah.
That's an 11.
Okay, all right. On a 10 plus, they have to choose. Take the deal as it stands or mark stress. Yeah. Don Zephyr will say, well, this wasn't how I was expecting this dinner party to go. But it seems you've served something up that's worth the calories. Let him go. Let him go.
Cormella, like,
but Donnie took Mikey.
Hold on.
She took Mikey. She killed one of your guys. You're just gonna let her walk away?
Is that true, Cormella? That was you as well?
Zephyr knows where Mikey is.
Mikey Gordo's
Don looks back at Zephyr.
old place.
So somebody's getting some use out of it after Gordo got incinerated, huh?
We'll point out that Krent's in the room.
Oh yeah. No, I am
Yeah.
very aware of that. There's like a sudden like intake of breath, right? And Krent's like, Zephyr, Gordo's incinerated? And you knew?
It was the boss's decision. I couldn't do anything about it.
Crocked you and crocked the boss as well. Once again, I think Krent's opening fire.
Nice.
A little trigger happy there.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, he cares. So Cormella, no one's aiming guns at you right at this moment. So if you're, you know, hoping to just get out of here, I'm willing to see you try that.
Well, Cormella's goal was to get out with Azazi.
Yes.
So I think this is, and Azazi is kind of in the line of fire if he was over by where the Dawn was. So I think there is a moment of like kind of diving in to get Azazi and then get out.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. You know what? Do you want to try strategy again?
Sure. I think that could work. The other option I was thinking was maybe flee from security. But strategy works. Yeah.
Because it looks like you would kind of want to take protect an NPC who's in a bad spot.
Yeah.
As a way to get Azazi out of here.
So I roll plus savagery here.
Roll plus savagery.
That's a 6.
Man. Zephyr, are you interested in helping this time?
Not this time. No.
Not this time. Okay. On a mission over your head, it marked 3 stress or be captured by the enemy. You are
mark stress.
You're fully out of stress. Yeah, you know what? This is fine, right? Like you push Azazi out of the way just in time for Don Sever to grab you and use you as a human shield.
Yeah.
So yes, you know, Azazi's safe. We'll say like he hits the ground, right, and like, you know, like looks back up at you as you are like, you know, kind of lifted bodily and take a blast of lightning from Krent's sidearm here. So go ahead and get Crocting shot.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at that move. When you get Crocting shot, add +1 for each. It is a sidearm or other small weapon. I just said it's a sidearm. So yeah, you know, it's just what Krent had on him here. The shooter is an amateur or isn't trying to kill you. He's trying to kill somebody, but not you.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to kill. Yeah.
Yeah, Cormella, you are just in the way. You know, wrong place, wrong time. You have cover, body armor, or bodyguard. You don't have any of those.
No.
You are covered.
I am cover.
You are. Yeah, you're somebody else's body armor here.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll
+2.
+2.
That's a 6.
Oh,
can I help on this one?
You want to help on this one?
I mean, to be honest, I think this is an appropriate end.
All right.
For Cormella.
So here's my question. Do we want to take our second break, or do we want to just, you know, play out a little more of this, since this, you know, kind of must be the last scene, I think.
Mm.
And
I feel like we can just kind of power through here.
Yeah. All right. So we'll play for another, I don't know, 15 minutes maximum, probably, just wrapping some things up here. Okay. So Cormella, tell me about this. Like, I think you're meeting your end at the as these, you know, bullets, these, you know, not bullets but blasts of energy go ripping through you. So do you say or do anything with your last breaths here, or is it just the, like, you pushed Azazi out of the way and then like?
I feel like the last moments here are she pushes Azazi down to like get out of the way as she's getting picked up, and just keeps eye contact with Azazi as she gets lifted up off the ground, and there is just this deep, overwhelming apology. Just, I wish things didn't have to be like this. I'm so unbearably sorry. That's unsaid as the light goes out of her eyes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like Azazi saying, no, from the ground there, right?
Yeah.
I am shooting
Zephyr.
Trent as this happens.
Yeah, or yeah, all right. Go ahead and turn to violence. Yeah.
What is my savagery?
Roll with savagery.
Savagery 0. Okay.
All right. Flat roll. And nobody's around to help you anymore.
No. All right. Ooh, a 3.
Oh,
not good.
Oh, Zephyr. What makes you hesitate at the last moment as you like bring your gun around to turn it on this member of your gang?
I think it's probably Cormella probably had to get in between us to get at Zazie, and so like I didn't want to shoot her outright and just waited for her to get clear, and that was a bad choice.
Yeah, like you waited, and then by the time you're ready to pull the trigger, like Krent, like, you know, eyes kind of like mad and staring, like turns to you and says, "You liar, traitor, get wrecked!" Right? You know, blast you. Go ahead and roll to get fucking shot. I'm sorry, get cracking shot.
Definitely trying to kill me. So I think that's just a +1.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a +1 here. Yeah.
Good job.
You don't have a thing that helps you for this, right? Like you
I don't believe I do, no.
Right. If you're trying to flee, your bless helps you out here.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Oh man. You should have done the drop 'em when you turned to violence, though.
Oh dang, yeah. That's all right. This works out.
All right. All right. So like, yeah, I'm gonna let you live slightly longer, right? Let's say it's, you know, like a gut wound, right? Like something bad, you know, and so like you know you're not gonna last long, but you know you kind of like stumble back, you know, knocking into one of these you know tables with like delicate potpourri ornamentation on it that are in this apartment, and it goes flying, you know, shattering, and you know, you see like you're kind of like staring up as you see like Krent go down, you know, in like a hail of gunfire as the bosses, you know, followers, you know, finally brought their weapons to bear. Don Severo kind of stalks over towards you. He like tosses Cormella's, you know, limp body aside, and like leads down to look at you, Zephyr. So you were loyal to the family to the end. You just had terrible taste in friends, huh?
I guess that runs in the family.
Sorry, kid. It's a dirty business here. Where was that? Where did that Mikey get to again? It's pretty important that I make sure he's well taken care of, you see. Uh-oh. Mark, are you still there? You're kind of breaking up. Looking frozen to me. Let me.
I can still hear you fine.
You can hear me fine. Okay.
Yeah.
And Mark looks frozen to you too, I take it?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, hopefully he'll be back in just a moment. I think we'll just narrate that, in the meantime, like, kind of crying and, and devastated, Azazi crawls out of there, right? But no one's paying attention to him right at this moment. Hey, Mark, you doing all right?
Yeah. The tab died, so.
Oh man, sorry,
Reopen
technical
it.
difficulties all around. So I had said Don Severo is like looking down at you, bleeding out on the floor, right? And he says, "Yeah, you got to tell me where Mikey is. It's important. Make sure he's well taken care of."
Yeah, I like it. He's a Gordo's. Make sure he stays safe. There's something up with him.
Yeah, kid's an angel in disguise. He's gonna be our ticket to the big leagues. Just wish you could be around to see it, kid. But you done good work.
Take care of Azazi.
Oh, where'd he go? Right, like like that point, like Don looks around and like notices that Azazi has crawled out of there. Well, I think that's the end of the line for our 2-player characters. Let's do an epilogue together where we just just narrate like some of the reverberations of what has happened in the city. So, Cormella, tell me what it looks like when the Obscura arrive just ahead of the grinders to try and whisk away Mikey from Gordo's old apartment.
I feel like the way the Obscura kind of do their extraction is very much this kind of the whole building just gets covered in this like blue-white shield dome.
Nice.
And so the grinders show up and there's this like wall of silence and energy that they're struggling to get through. And we get kind of the big zoom out shot of the firefight as they're all kind of loosing shots back and forth. The Obscura agents that are inside the building kind of come out guns blazing, and it's this whole big shoot 'em up in the middle of the Caldaya.
Yeah. Zephyr, your last surviving gang member, Azul, was there keeping an eye on Mikey. What becomes of her? Like, does she stick around for this battle or try to
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you get to say what do we see? What is our kind of parting shots of Azul, the who doesn't know it yet, but is the only one carrying on the legacy of Zephyr's little crew.
I think Azul is Azul's the one who's like solid. I think she just stays.
Yeah.
Like the entire time too, until she. I don't know if she succumbs to the Obscura or not, but she definitely is not going to let Mikey go without. She's going to go before Mikey does.
Nice. Okay, so she's fighting to the end. Yeah. Then I think the last thing is we get a shot of just Azazi kind of like limping through a park somewhere in New Capenna. There's blood spattered on his clothes. Their hair is in disarray. Just like eyes totally wild, like beset with grief, and he kind of like lets out this like scream, and he feels some kind of power igniting inside of him. And like, you know, bystanders kind of like turn as there's a flash of light, and this, you know, this man who was in such distress a moment ago is gone, you know, disappeared from New Capenna entirely. And who knows where in the multiverse Azazi has ended up.
Nice.
But this has been Cartel New Capenna Rumble. Thanks all for playing. Wow, we got to that point, right? We hit that, you know, that tragic finale, and you know, the dice were loud and clear about how this had to end. But I hope we've had a you know, a good time along the way, you know, destroying these characters' lives, and to anyone who has tuned in, thanks for watching along. I'll be back running more games on the Gauntlet, and probably more Magical Multiverse Tour, taking us to other realms of the Magic Multiverse using other systems that strike my fancy. But it's been pretty exciting taking Cartel for a spin here in New Capenna. But till next time, stay safe out there, everybody.